Pomerantz resigned from the DA's office last year, clearly frustrated that Bragg was not planning on prosecuting Trump. And Pomerantz believed Bragg's had doomed the years-long investigation into Trump's finances. Bragg let the special grand jury in the case expire last April, just months after Pomerantz and the other lead prosecutor on the case, Kerry Dunn, resigned in protest. In his resignation letter, Pomerantz blasted Bragg, saying his decision to indefinitely suspend the investigation into Trump was wrong. I believe that your decision not to prosecute Donald Trump now and on the existing record is misguided and completely contrary to the public interest. Now, the hush money payment to Stormy Daniels is suddenly come up as an issue. This is the case that they are now investigating in the grand jury. Remember, she's the one who said she had an affair with Trump. And the fact that a new grand jury has been impaneled means an indictment is likely. But again, the question is, why now? If you look back to Trump fixer Michael Cohen's sentencing memo from 2018, Trump is identified as what is called individual number one. And I quote, as Cohen himself has now admitted with respect to both payments, he acted in coordination with and at the direction of individual one. That's Trump. He did so by orchestrating secret and illegal payments to silence two women who would otherwise have made public their alleged extramarital affairs with individual one. But now, just as the book is released, the investigation is suddenly back. A new grand jury's been convened and, again, apparently returning to the original focus. So I asked the question before and ask it again. Why is that investigation coming back now? It sure feels like Bragg is taking action because of this book criticizing him. This is a case that could have easily been brought more than 4 years ago. And certainly could have been brought when Pomerantz and Dunn first threatened to quit. Trump had already been accused by federal prosecutors of having violated the law in this case, with what appears to be the same set of facts. It doesn't sound like there's anything new here except this book. And it sure seems Bragg is afraid of the politics of not indicting Trump in a city which overwhelmingly believes Trump ought to be indicted. Let's ask Catherine Christian, a former assistant district attorney at the Manhattan DA's office, who left last summer. She oversaw financial fraud investigations there, so she is the perfect guest to talk to. Thank you so much for coming in.
Glad to be here. You don't believe in coincidences?
I don't believe in coincidences in this case. You think I'm being too hard on Alvin Bragg?
A touch.
Tell me.
I think clearly the optics do not look good, the timing of how it looks. But, you know, you brought up how 4 years ago all of this evidence and Trump was listed as the feds. Blame the feds. Why didn't they prosecute at the time? Why was Michael Cohen the only one? Which many people think, whatever you feel about Michael Cohen, why was he, you know, the one prosecuted, but Mr. Trump was let off? I think you have to take D.A. Bragg at his word. When Mr. Pomerantz and Mr. Dunn quit, I believe it was last February, D.A. Bragg said the investigation is not over. We still are going to be looking. And you know, I just saw the clip with Mr. Pomerantz that everyone believed he was guilty. You still have to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. And he may have had the opinion that we have everything here, but D.A. Bragg may have come in, spoke to career prosecutors in the office, and got their opinion. We need a little bit more. And, you know, so Mr. Pomerantz leaves in a huff.
So let me 2 points on that. First of all, it seems to me, though, that they're not investigating the case that he left over. The case that he left over was the bigger picture financials, which there's a civil case now that was brought by the Attorney General. The Attorney General was working with the Manhattan DA on this. This is a separate case. This is the Stormy Daniels hush money case. And if that's the case, then we're talking about something totally separate. And he was right, Pomerantz, that they stopped investigating that one. And suddenly out of nowhere, this one from 2018 comes in and you mentioned, well, the feds could have prosecuted. They could have. They didn't, whatever their decision-making was. But now the Manhattan DA
is righting a wrong.
But is it really? I mean, 5 years later? I mean, it just seems to me that there is something that smells of politics and smells of covering his behind here that feels wrong, regardless of what you think should happen to Donald Trump.
I agree optically, how it looks, the timing. But, you know, if the evidence is there, whether it's, you know, some people have said, oh, it's just a low-level felony. It's a felony. You know, no criminal defense attorney is ever going to say to their client, oh, don't worry about it, it's just a low-level felony. So it's a serious charge. I get it. It was from years ago. It involves, you know, an alleged porn star. But it is a serious charge.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.